Hey, my name is Justina. Sorry. Can I start? Do I look here or?
You can look at me or you can look at the camera.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so hey, my name is Justina, and I work as a developer success lead at Ceramic. My background is actually in data science, so I'm kind of I worked with data analytics and different data sets for quite a long time. Then entered a conversational AI field and was really interested in decentralized approach to handling data, and ended up working at a company called Ceramic. So yeah, now I do developer relations for the company. As I mentioned, I have been in the data field for majority of my career. I studied statistics, specialized in econometrics, but I never really worked in actual econometrics field, and I never really did work related to finance because I was really interested in the machine learning applications for human behavioral analytics, and that led me to my data science position. I worked at video games company for quite a few years, and I did a lot of different things related to building machine learning models for enhancing video gamer experience while playing the game, and helping stakeholders of the company to understand how they can make better games through data insights and machine learning applications. And through that, I also got really interested in conversational AI at a time, and started playing around with different open source projects that were building machine learning models at a time for chatbots. And I entered conversational AI field through that, and I started my developer advocates journey through that as well, because I realized that just as much I love coding and all of the technical work, I also really like helping others to build great applications, and I like creating content and helping others to understand difficult concepts and making all of that easier. And then eventually, when Web3 became more known and more popular, I started looking into, okay, how people in Web3 are handling data, how are they solving all of these problems like centralized data storage and things like that. And I got really interested in how they do things, and then I met some people from Ceramic team, and I thought, okay, probably this is the best time to join this industry, because I think a lot of really great things are being built, and there are a lot of really interesting problems to tackle, and I thought probably it's best time to really join this movement and help to shape this entire field, and really happy that I'm in it. I think it's a really great opportunity to do a lot of things better, and I think there are so many different areas where the intersection of Web3 and AI can really help us solve a lot of different problems. I can give some of the examples, at least the ones that we talk the most about at Ceramic. So for example, data security and data ownership is something that we talk a lot about at Ceramic, and we do believe that users, as they interact with the applications, they should own their data, and they should decide what should happen to their data. Should it be maybe listed on some data marketplaces, or maybe they want to keep it completely private. And with decentralized data storage options that are out there, we can definitely get there, so that users can interact with applications that are built using all of these decentralized infrastructure options, and they still own their data, and they decide what's being done with that sensitive data, for example. Then I do believe that decentralized infrastructure also incentivizes data to be more open sourced and more available, and I really do believe that this will drive more and faster improvements for machine learning in general, because with more data being available and more open source data, we can build better models and build better experiences for the users as well, while still maintaining that users' ownership of their data as well. Another really interesting field where I really think that intersection of Web3 and AI is really powerful is DAO space. This is also something that we talk a lot about at Ceramic. I think all of these organizations can be more productive, and they can scale much better and much faster if we had better tools. And I think with AI, we can get much better insights on lots of different information that is being passed around by DAO members. We can make these organizations more productive when it comes to, for example, extracting data from all of the proposals that they have to look into, and so on. So there is massive opportunity to basically change and improve this entire field a lot through AI applications. And I also believe that Web3 and AI intersection also lowers the barriers for entry, because with Web3, since all of the things are decentralized, you don't have to rely on some centralized companies for deploying the models and again, accessing the data and so on. So I do believe that it will open a lot of doors for different people to enter the field, to share their expertise and knowledge without having to use specific tools or decentralized offerings for software, or how do you build models, how do you deploy them, and so on. So yeah, it's really exciting. So yeah, I think it's a really interesting time to be in this space right now. Hackathons in general are really interesting right now because they are incentivizing a lot of developers to build really interesting applications, and that's why I love to be part of them. And actually, I think the most interesting projects that I've seen that combine both AI and Web3 were those hackathon projects. So I mentioned DAO space quite a bit, and I did see some projects that are basically using AI to automate how DAOs can deal with governance, so how they can automate extracting the data from proposals, and even allow DAO members to have AI to make decisions for a specific proposal based on what kind of approach they have. Like, do they want to do good for the DAO, or do they want to take a specific stance on like their preferences and so on? So it's really interesting because it basically reduces the amount of time that DAO members have to spend reading through long proposals and then making decisions. So yeah, I'm quite excited to see where this goes. Another really interesting field where I see a lot of work being done is in general making AI and Web3 development more collaborative, which is also really cool. And we do have quite a few projects actually that are using Ceramic as well, that are making prompting more collaborative, so that users can basically work in teams on prompts and work on it together, but they are in completely different parts of the world, and yeah, it just makes all of that work more collaborative, which is really interesting. And then in general, data accessibility, and also giving users more options of what they can do with that data. So we definitely see way more marketplaces where users can simply decide what kind of data they want to share, and then actually be paid for it, and so on. So yeah, I'm really excited about these projects. Really great. We just saw a lot of cool presentations of the projects, and I think it was really great group of people working together, lots of really innovative ideas. My favorite thing about it was that different teams, they used lots of different technologies and put them together. Again, my favorite thing about Web3 space is that there is a lot of collaboration, and I really love to see when we have applications that are using different tool sets together in one specific product. So we definitely have quite a few examples of that in this hackathon. So yeah, it's really exciting.